Good evening, and thank you for joining us this evening for our Village of Alsip board meeting. Today is April 6, 2020. We're going to call this meeting to order at 7:34 p.m. Can we call the roll, please?
Yes, Trustees Dalzell.
Here.
Trustee Zielinski.
Here.
Trustee Zielinski is joining via conference call. Trustee Juarez. She may be joining shortly. She's currently absent. Trustee McLaughlin.
Here.
Trustee Murphy.
Here.
Trustee Nava-Esparza. Here. Mayor Ryan.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Please join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, officers' reports, starting with myself. Trustees, I want to let everybody know I did speak with our finance director earlier, Kent Olivan, and I asked him to be at next week's meeting for sure. I want him to go over with everyone any budget adjustments that we need to make. One, at the end of every fiscal year, we always talk about any abatements that may need to be made to our current budget, and then any adjustments that might need to be made. Also, Kent is telling me, he actually told me last week and then today, he was on a conference call with, he participates in every week with the other municipalities with their managers and treasurers, and everyone is really struggling with next year's revenues, anticipated revenues for their budgets, and he wants to talk to us about our budget for next year. So Kent will be here to talk more about that. He'll have more detail.
Joining the meeting. Monica Juarez.
Let the record reflect that Trustee Juarez joined the call at 7:36 p.m.
Also, we're very thankful under these times, obviously with the COVID-19 pandemic and the shelter-in-place order that's been put in place. It's been hard on a lot of families, and I appreciate everybody trying to do their best to stay inside. It's very important in our community right now, and especially to your health that you do so. The new order that the state put out too is when you are out in public, they're asking everyone to mask up, and I'd appreciate if folks would do as much as that as possible. The other thing we're grateful for is the support that we've had from the business community. A lot of businesses calling in are sending small donations of gratitude and thanks to help our first responders. This way they're not inundated with visiting multiple locations for meals and stuff like that. And then actually Coca-Cola was kind enough to make a donation of product that they shared with many of their clients as well then too. So we thank them for their donation last week. And first on your agendas this evening, I had the approval allowing village employees to use their sick time banks voluntarily on a temporary basis until the COVID-19 pandemic has been declared clear. Employees can only use the sick time bank if their supervisor approves of the requested time off. All 6 trustees did approve this action on March 21st, 2020 of this year, and they all sent me by electronic means. Everyone did confirm that to me. I just wanted to do it for the record this evening. And that's all I had. The clerk's report.
Thank you, Mayor Ryan. Approval of the February 2020 motor fuel tax allotment in the amount of $59,317.52. And also the presentation and approval of the March 16th, 2020 board meeting minutes. That is all, Mayor Ryan.
Thank you. Attorney's report. We have Joe Kankar with us tonight.
I have no report today, Your Honor.
All right. I did excuse the engineer and all of our department heads from this evening in order to obviously assist with the need to socially distance ourselves. So the engineer didn't have a report this evening. Public forum, we have no one from the public here, but the doors, I did open them when I got here this evening, so our doors are open to the public, just for the record. Next, we have the standing committee reports. Finance Committee, Trustee McLaurin.
First, I have a request for approval of a list of payroll dated March 27th, 2020, totaling $373,466.35. Next, I have a request for approval of accounts payable dated April 6th, 2020. From the recap, General Fund, $849,477.48. Road and Bridge, $197,862.08. MFT, $2,622.07. Pulaski Road Corridor TIF, $4,072.50. Water and Sewer, $15,327.92. Heritage, $34,001.75, for a grand total all funds of $1,103,363.80. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Very good, thank you. Next is the Fire Committee, Trustee Murphy.
I have approval of holiday pay in the amount of $31,445.70 as per the collective bargaining contract. I also have approval to pay the first half of the shift commander, assistant shift commander, in the amount of $4,125 as per the collective bargaining contract. And finally, I have the approval to pay the annual incentive pay in the amount of $25,404.11 as per the collective bargaining contract. And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Next, we have the Police and Traffic Safety Report. Trustee Dalzell.
No report, Mayor.
Okay. Trustee, I did see that we took delivery about a week ago of 3 new police cars, and they haven't been outfitted yet, but they did come in. Next is the Public Work and Boat Launch. Trustee Juarez.
No report, Mayor.
None? Okay, thank
For
you.
the record, Trustee Juarez replied no report.
Thank you. Sewer and Water Report. Trustee Nava Esparza.
Thank you. Approval of the March 2020 monthly activity report, and that is all.
Okay. Thank you. Next, the Building and Health. Trustee Zelinski.
I have an approval of the March 2020 Buildings Department monthly activity report, and I also have an approval of the March 2020 Health Department monthly activity report. That's all tonight, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Human Resource and Insurance Report. Trustee Murphy.
I have approval to renew the following insurance policies with the Horton Insurance Group following a single RFP submittal on 3/30/2020 for general public officials, law enforcement, and employment practices liability, automobile, primary access liability, and secondary liability insurances at a cost of $312,930 with an effective date of 5/1/2020 to 5/1/2021. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. The Economic Development Committee. Trustee Nava Esparza.
Thank you. Just an update. There are resources for our small business community that are available via the Small Business Administration and also the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity. And those links now are available on the Village of Alsip's Economic Development webpage. You'll see them highlighted in bright yellow. So we'll try to update the Economic Development webpage as more information comes in, but just for our small business community to have kind of a resource that they can kind of look up and see what might fit their needs. Also, with the census, Alsip, happy to report that we hit the 50% mark. We're at 52.4% for census self-response rates. So thank you to the Alsip residents who participated and completed the census. And there's still time for those that haven't. And that's all I have this evening.
Thank you. Trustee, just so you know, too, this evening I did give Attorney Kankar the signed redevelopment agreement. I did have the owner of Firewater Barbecue and Brew. He was in about a week or so ago, and he did sign off on all that. We had everything notarized this week, so he's got everything to go back. And I did send out, last week I sent some encouraging emails to both Firewater and to Riza's, and I know it's a bad time for both with the restaurant industry, but again, just encouraging them to please keep their chin up, and we look forward to the construction, like when they can start, you know, that kind of thing then too. So, and Mary Schmidt with the Enterprise Zone has been very encouraging too. She's been reaching out to them to let them know about Enterprise Zone benefits, as well as, and the last thing I'll share with everybody too is some of the new construction going up right now. I did go over last week and I saw 7-Eleven on 127th and Pulaski. They do have sticks in the ground. They're
Yeah.
laying out the foundations right now and so
Yep.
forth. And Coca-Cola looks absolutely amazing. After we were talking before about how they leveled the 10 acres over there. I know you're picking up the sound from the expressway now, but they do have earth movers out there and whatnot, and they're really going to town out there. So really happy for them. And again, I was able to share that with the Steve Zerlanis, who I work with. He's one of their higher, and it's, I'm not sure, I forget Steve's exact title, but he's right there at the top with Reyes Holdings. So again, we thank them for their investment in our community. And that's all I had on that then, too. So next is the Village Property Committee, Trustee McGlohorn.
No report this evening, Mayor.
All right. Ordinance and Legislation, Trustee Zelinski.
No report this evening.
Okay. Next, we had the Planning and Zoning and Licenses, Trustee Juarez.
I have an approval of the list of licenses dated March 9th through March 27th, 2020. That's all, Mayor.
Okay. Trustees, anybody have any petitions, presentations, or communications? None? Did anyone wish to remove anything from the consent agenda? Nobody? Can I get a motion then to establish the consent agenda this
So
evening?
moved.
Second.
Roll call number 1 to establish the consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski replied yes via teleconference. Trustee Juarez.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez replied yes via teleconference. Trustee McLawhorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Barza.
Yes.
Motion carries to establish.
Motion to approve the consent agenda is presented.
Second.
Roll call number 2 to approve the consent agenda. Trustee Dalzell.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski.
Yes.
Trustee Zelinski replied yes via teleconference. Trustee Juarez.
Yes.
Trustee Juarez replied yes via teleconference. Trustee McLawhorn.
Yes.
Trustee Murphy.
Yes.
Trustee Navas-Barza.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve the consent agenda.
All right, thank you. Anybody have any unfinished business? Any new business? Before we adjourn, Trustee Zelinski, I apologize. You and I talked earlier. There was no bills that needed to be signed. When you did call me, I told you I was going to get back to you. I got distracted. The bills did fill up later on, but we had enough trustees available tonight. Everybody got them signed off, so I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. Can I get a motion?
Not a problem. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Next, can I get a motion then to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Very good. Thanks for being with us, folks, this evening.
Aye.
Thank you. I know you guys are on delay. We'll adjourn this meeting then at 7:48 p.m. Thank you very much.